Welcome back. We're glad you're here. You missed your summative assessment when you were gone, and so we're going to try to make that up today. After you need to do the worksheet that you've been handed, I want you to finish the first page, turn it over, do the second page, and you're going to finish through the prediction. After you finish through the prediction, turn this back on, and we'll show you the lab. Okay, now that you've finished those first two pages, here you can see that we've got the material set up for our lab. We've got 2 plastic bags and 2 thermometers, a ring stand that's holding this lamp, which is a heat lamp. It gets really hot. We're going to read the thermometers, which is what it says to do in the procedure. And the way we do that is we look at the red line and we read it on the Celsius side. So I can see that this thermometer is about 21 degrees and this thermometer is also about 21. Ooh, this one's actually about 20. What do you think? 22 degrees, maybe 23. Let's look again at the first one. 21 and 23. We're going to record that in our data table. If you turn the page to page 3, you'll see your data table. And we're going to record that. I'll show you where we put it in just a minute. First, though, I'm going to put no air in this one. And I'm going to put my greenhouse gas air in here, water vapor and carbon dioxide, when I blow into it. Okay, so here's the data table. And at time 0 minutes, we had the bag with no air was 21 degrees Celsius, and the bag with the greenhouse gases was 23 degrees Celsius. Here they are blown up. I'm going to start the timer when I turn on the light. And you're going to get a chance to see what that looks like. It turns it red because it's a heat lamp. And you'll see that both bags are sitting on the table. Both thermometers are the same, both bags are the same, and they're the same distance from the lamp. In 3 minutes, we're going to record what the temperatures are. Then we're going to record it again at 6 and again at 9. And we're going to put each of those temperatures into our data table. So right now, with your data table, you can put in the time 3 minutes for the next one, then 6 minutes, whoops, and I'm out. Put a 9 right there. You'll see it when we come back. Okay, it's been 3 minutes, and we're going to look at the thermometer and find out what the temperature is after 3 minutes. We're going to pull it a little bit out so that we can see it. It looks like the no air one is at 33, and the one with the greenhouse gas in it is much harder to read. I'm going to read it. It says 45 degrees. And so I'm going to write it down here. So we had, oh, I took my pencil away, 30 and 45. You'll see that next time we come over at 6 minutes. Okay, we were on to 6 minutes, and I wrote in the time. At 6 minutes, we're at 38 for no air and 48 for air. And look at this, I reread the air-filled bag, and it was actually 40. We have one more reading to take for 9 minutes. Just a minute, I'll get that data for you. Okay, I read the thermometers at 9 minutes, and I got 53 for the air with the greenhouse gases, and I got 48 for the bag without the greenhouse gases. Your job now is to find the difference between your highest temperature and your lowest. For each of these, that's transforming the data. And to create a graph of this data, which is a double line graph. Remember, time goes on the bottom. And the other piece of data, which is your temperature, will go across the side. Time is measured in minutes, and temperature is measured in degrees Celsius. Time starts at 0 because we had 0 minute, and 1, even though we didn't measure 1 and 2, we're still going to put them in there. 3, because we can draw a line from 0 to 3, and then from 3 to 6 to figure out what those temperatures were, even though we didn't actually measure them. Okay? Notice that I put each of the minute numbers right on the line. Now, my temperature, I go from 23 to 53. That's 30 lines. I don't have 30 lines here, so I have to make a different kind of scale. If I put these little lines right here, it shows me that there's more scale below, and I'm going to start right here at 20 rather than starting at 0, which is what you learned in 5th grade. And if I do by 5s, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, I can get all my data in this spot. So I'm going to label it 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50, 55. Now I just have to plot my points. At time 0, for my no airbag, I'm going to plot that one first, I had 21. And then at time 3, I had 30. Now I can connect those two dots with a straight line, and that tells me that at time 1 and 2, I was somewhere between 25 and 30. My next point is at 38 at time 6, and then I connect that dot. And my last one is at 48 right here. It's almost a straight line. Now, I need to make my key over here. So this is my no air is a straight line, which means the one that I do with my greenhouse gases or my air is going to have to be different. I might use a dashed line, or I might use little crosses, or I might make a straight line with little lines on it. You can decide how you want to do it. You graph your second line on the same graph. When you're done, find me and we'll go on to the next part of the assessment.